And all things being, you got it?
I've got it. I'm up.
All right, I haven't got it yet.
Ooh.
I have now. Right, okay, panic over. it's a good way to actually use it, but it does get, take the cell off and come on screen, shall we? It does get a little bit complicated. Getting all this together. Hello, Nick.
Good afternoon, Stephen. Lovely to see you again. It's a fine, sunny, beautiful Monday afternoon, which was a change from what it was this morning when it was filthy wet, cold, wet and horrible when I did my walk this morning.
It was definitely cold, wet and horrible. The rain was pelting it down during the night, and then it slowly but surely changed to fluffy white clouds and blue skies.
Perfect.
So, there we are. So if you're watching us live on Amazon, thank you. If you're watching us live on Facebook, thank you. And due to one stream, we are live everywhere today, but Amazon Live, as usual, is our focus. And so welcome to the show. And this is a live video production weekly. And our topic for this week,
I've lost my sound for a minute,
is back to basics. Can you hear me now?
Sorry, yeah, I'm back again.
All right, okay.
Back in the room. That was
right. So that worked out in the end. And just making sure that we're actually live on Amazon. And yes, we are live on Amazon. And hopefully people will join us as we go along. Right. Okay. Well, let's take that card out of the way. If we're going to go back to basics, we need a machine to go back to basics with. And I've had a little look around, and I found. Wait for it. Wait a minute. I went the wrong way then. It was 50-50, wasn't it? So what I'm actually going to do now is going to the browser, is go picture in picture, not that way, that way. And now, oh, I'm shrunk. Just a minute. You need to do something about that.
Just grow yourself a little bit more.
Right. Okay. And we'll close that. And there we have it. Both of us on screen. I can't shrink your picture there. It's fixed at that size. So you're gonna have to be bigger than me today.
I feel like a giant, which is really unusual for me.
Wait a minute. Perhaps we can do a quick tweak and go like that and go.
Normally do pretty much anything, can't we?
We can go like that. How's that?
Oh, that's hey! I tell you what, that's a man at the top of his game.
Now we're cooking with gas. Okay, we are using today a program called XSplit Presenter. If you go to XSplit and you ask them nicely, they will put you on a wait list to actually try it out. If you're already an XSplit subscriber for their paid software, then you get access to it straight away. And the basic idea behind the software, before we get to the HP laptop, is that it is a presenter software, and you can have a mixture of images, videos, websites, and your camera. So I'm on my camera, Nick's in the studio, and we've got on Be.Live 2 cameras on screen, and who knows what will happen. I have no inside knowledge on this, Nick, but it's Be.Live's 5th birthday on October 16th. So anything can happen.
Oh, that's last time there was a big old party going on.
There was, and it's probably around, I don't know the exact date, somewhere between 15th and 17th of October sees Be.Live's 5th birthday, and we'll all be celebrating, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll have some new toys to play with, because it's great when we have new toys. Now, today's broadcast is about back to basics. Now, what was your idea behind this, Nick?
Well, we are the live stream video weekly live stream, and I just thought, do you know what? If we were starting all over again, if we had to start from scratch, what would be our first port of call? what's the equipment that we would actually get started with, and then as we grow, I thought we could then say, okay, how we would then expand maybe on that. So this is why you found this great little laptop to kick off with. So, you know, keep it nice and straightforward and simple.
Well, the thing is about this laptop, it's got a darn good price, and at the moment on my carousel, it is in fact 9% off at $509.99. It's obviously varying in price. This might be a slightly different model to the one that's in the carousel. That said, though, if you click the one that's in the carousel, then it will take you to a web page not dissimilar to this, not necessarily exactly the same, but it should have an HP laptop with 8 gig of RAM and 256 gig storage, which is more than adequate. 14-inch screen, Windows 10 Home, and I mean, we were saying before the broadcast, nobody ever got shot is perhaps a bad phrase, but nobody was ever fired for buying HP. I mean, it is a darn good brand, isn't it?
Oh, it was always the go-to brand back in the day, you know, for computers, for printers, all sorts. So
yeah,
they know it does what it says on the tin. It's good. And I've got to admit, and it's Windows 10. I'll be honest, I might struggle because it's a long time since I've used a Windows machine. So having gone through the pain of using Macs and going from Windows to iOS, I don't know if I could go through the pain of going back.
Well, I can understand that. And we say hello to Corinda, who's saying, all in 3 days I haven't been broadcasting, I think is that. And I thought so with you, Corinda. Hi both. And I was bringing them in one by one. Nick looks different.
Do I?
Okay.
Oh, I had my hair cut last week, Corinda. That might be it.
Yeah. We'll have we'll have a look down, Corinda, and see what processor. And Corinda's got an iPhone 11.
Oh, well done, Corinda. Yeah, nice.
Right.
Nice. That'll do the job.
Yeah. I mean, the unfortunate thing was it actually, the comments are blocking my camera, but thank you for making them, Corinda. And certainly thank you for joining us today, and looking forward to your broadcasts. So that's let's just scroll down, because we can do this, because this is not a static web page. Theoretically, I can scroll down the page and we can see that it is truly portable. You can power it up from anywhere. You've got infinite possibilities, memory and storage, and this is the important bit. 8 gig of RAM, 256 gig hard drive storage, and it doesn't say what processor it is, Corinda. So yeah, but we definitely picked something which was that could be the real one. That one there. Hang on, does that look right? No, not necessarily. Okay, so we'll carry on going, scrolling down, and you can see on the page. I love that balloon picture. I've got a background like that somewhere. HP 14 laptop. Oh, there we are. It's an AMD Ryzen. Is the chip? So that answers that question as well. See more, carry less. So it's obviously lightweight with a dependable performance. 8 gigabits. We said it is. I think I'm not sure. Oh, it's just got. It doesn't say whether it's expandable or not. Full HD display.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, and then you've got the Chromebook series as well. So let's zoom back up to the top. Okay, so this has got everything you need to begin broadcasting in terms of the first thing is that you've got to have at least 8 gig of RAM, haven't you, for this to work?
Yeah, on the safe side.
Yeah. I mean, we know, I do know people who broadcast with 4 gig of RAM, but 8 gig of RAM allows your graphics card to breathe. Okay, whereas on the more memory you've got, then the better your broadcast will be. That's the simple equation. Okay.
It is, and that's why we both do this. I think is we shut everything off before we broadcast. We actually power off and restart, just so we haven't got anything running in the background that we're not aware of, because we want to free up all our processing power so it can focus on the one thing.
Yeah, I mean that's it. You don't know what's running in the background when you start a session. You could have any number of programs actually running in the background, and as Nick says, have no knowledge of them. And rebooting your machine is the safest way to actually make sure you've got. Question from Corinda. Will that be good for broadcasting? Yes, we picked one which will work for broadcasting. And Corinda's next point, but will it handle XSplit? That's why we said 8 gig of RAM. Basically, yes, it will. I mean, I've got a machine. My old machine is still upstairs, and that's only got 8 gig of RAM, and that handles XSplit without any major problems. So yes, it's a workhorse. It will do everything that you want it to in a starter PC, which is what we said we'd look at first. And sorry about that, Nick. I'm back now.
No, it's cool.
So that's basically what we're saying, is that is the best PC in our mind, given the number of people who've actually reviewed it and given it a high number of stars. We haven't got one, Corinda. This is one of the occasions where we're talking about something. We've checked out the specs of it, we've checked out the reviews of it, and I don't know. All we know is that at the moment today, it is $509 ish. Yeah. Because that getting something to the carousel and getting something on screen, not necessarily the same thing, but it's similar. It's similar. All we can say is there are either one or two Hewlett-Packard HP machines at that price which fit the bill with 8 gig of RAM, solid state storage, and 256 gig is more than enough. Because the only thing that takes storage these days, because everything's in the cloud, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. And that's one of the best things about the cloud, isn't it? I mean, it just takes everything away from all that, does all that heavy lifting for you.
Yeah, I mean, basically we've got Microsoft, we've got Google, we've got several different providers of virtual drives, and it means you don't need to store as much on your PC. The only thing that you store on your PC, because we broadcast a lot, is the videos that we've actually created. And back to Corinda, and show Corinda's comment on screen. Do we use Stream Deck, Nick?
Not to my knowledge, no.
No, we don't have Stream Deck. We keep it simple. All we've got is the camera, the microphone, and ourselves. That's it. Okay, come into the studio. We don't have, and say hello to Marco who's watching us.
Oh, hi, Marco.
Hello, Marco. So our first recommendation for a beginning laptop is the one that's showing on the screen now, which is the, if I can scroll up, just a minute, we'll get this in a second. I know we will. Broken it. Okay, this is the thing. This is a full-blown browser. We're going to have more fun with this. So it's an HP. There it is. I'll go full screen so you can see me. It is a Hewlett-Packard AMD Ryzen 5. So it's the AMD processor, 8 gig of RAM, 256 gig hard drive, 14-inch full HD display with Windows 10 Home. And Mr. John Upton is here.
Oh wow, we've got some distinguished gentlemen watching us today, I can tell you.
Thank you for commenting. Thank you. It's good to have friends actually watching the live broadcast as we're actually out on Amazon Live today. Okay.
We are indeed. But being very clever, because we're actually live on 2 different Amazon pages at the same time, which I still find really funny, and B,
Well,
really useful.
it is really useful because we sort of share the broadcast in terms of time on screen, and it works well. We are using a product called OneStream Live, which is software that was designed and created in Finland. We have a working relationship with OneStream Live. Nick and I were live, just to make a point of this, because they spent so much time doing this show, can't Nick? And I do feel we've got to show it more than once.
Oh, absolutely. It's one of our favourites.
We were live for OneStream Live last week, inside the OneStream Live Facebook group. And last week we were talking, well, last week we were gurus. Are we still gurus? That's it.
Oh, that is for others to decide, Stephen. But obviously, OneStream thought we were, so yeah. I'll take that. You know, I know we're British, but we'll have to just accept our guru status that's been bestowed on us. Well,
don't they say once a guru, always a guru? Isn't that the?
I believe so. I don't think you can take it back.
No,
it's not like an OBE and you're the Beatles. You can hand it back. Oh no. Once you're a guru, that's it.
Yeah. Tech wizards. Thank you, Corinda. And Corinda again is saying, Nick, is a question coming, Nick? I can sense it.
Oh,
Corinda. Yeah. Not that one. And Corinda's got OneStream Live as well. And I mean, basically, OneStream Live is allowing us to go to Nick's Amazon Live page, my Amazon Live page, and to Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch, and the website, all in the one package. And basically, we have to say that OneStream Live is totally reliable. It's low latency, so there's very little lag. Yeah, so what we're seeing in the studio is pretty close to what's on Amazon Live. And well, shout out to the team. I mean, the reason that it works so well is that you can now schedule live streams on OneStream Live. So basically, this morning I went to OneStream Live and said, Nick and I are going live at 2 o'clock. That's what we're going to go live about. There's a photograph to go with it. And we'd like to go live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. Press the button. Okay, live to 11 different destinations today. And then when we came on at 2 o'clock, I pressed one button in my studio and Be.Live and one button on OneStream Live. That was it. Done.
Perfect.
Done, just perfect. Okay, and take that off screen now because we're gurus again, I've no doubt. The end of the show, but we'll
yeah. I think I got a feeling we might remind people as we go along.
Yeah. Right. Okay. OneStream Live has the capability to go to 40 different destinations, and amongst those are some that we've never heard of. And Corinda says, with OneStream Live, there's so many descriptions which I never hear of, like FC2 and Wowzone. I've not heard of them either, Corinda. They are destinations which OneStream Live can go to, but a destination is only useful if you actually go live there. It's pointless going. Well, I'm going on my soapbox. Nick might join me. It's pointless going live on somewhere you don't have a social media presence. If we went live, which we could have done today, on Twitch, then that's all well and good, but nobody watches my Twitch channel. Nobody watches my Twitch channel. So there's no point in actually going live there. And these live streaming sites, of which there are 40 on OneStream, are not where we are. Right, okay. The difference, Corinda, is a different approach. Because the other system we used to use was Switchboard Live, and I still use that for Blabbing for Britain on Thursdays, and for myself and Fonz tomorrow we'll use the same system, Switchboard Live.
Yeah.
And Nick, you are a Switchboard Live.
I am. The only time I don't use it is when I'm using Amazon.
Yeah.
That's our issue Switchboard Live is, and that's the thing, Corinda, we can go anywhere using Switchboard, but the bitrate for Amazon, we don't even think it's a bitrate issue, do we? We think there's something else just a little bit awry.
It is the video bitrate, which Amazon likes to be set at 2800, and everybody is going out at 2500. If you go from one stream to Amazon Live at 2500, you get the error message that we were getting with Switchboard.
Oh, really? Oh, right. I didn't realize that.
If you switch it to video bitrate of 2800, then as I've done today on your Amazon Live, my Amazon Live, are both set to broadcast at 2800. Yeah,
gotcha.
That's it. And you've got to be able to adjust the bit rate, which is why we can't go from Be.Live straight to Amazon Live. It's why we can't go from Switchboard Live to Amazon Live. The most reliable, most cost-effective way is via OneStream Live. So thank you for the question, Corinda. And over to the next point. Twitch is for gamers. I think that's still true, isn't it, Nick?
Yeah, I think so. And we don't do gaming, so we're not really the ones to hang out on Twitch. But you know, we can hang out in other areas. And you know, once you've got RTMP as well, then actually you can hang out all over the place. So you can bounce yourself around. There's nothing. I think I'm right in saying, Stephen, there's nothing we could actually send our stream from OneStream to Switchboard.
Yeah,
and then our Switchboard we can then stream directly to our websites using Be.Live. There's lots of different things, but as we push these little boundaries forwards, it's then taken, and we've got more things that can potentially go wrong in the show, and then potentially knock our stream out. So,
well, the more moving parts there are, the more of a problem there is. I mean, we could we could go live from Be.Live to Amazon Live directly, okay, but only one of us would have our Amazon Live page live. Yeah, we need OneStream to actually take the signal from Be.Live and then rebroadcast it out. And that's what OneStream is all about, is taking one signal from your studio, wherever you are, whether you're on Be.Live, Restream, StreamYard, or Melon, one RTMP signal into OneStream, and then it goes out to as many Amazon Lives as you want. I think three might be pushing it, because I and Marco could actually go live, but I think somebody twigged then what was going on.
Ah, really?
I don't know. It's basically there are lots of Amazon Live broadcasters, but yes, yeah. I mean, you pioneered the way with the cooking show. Is there a cooking show tomorrow, Nick?
Funny you should say that, Stephen. Yes, there absolutely is a cooking show tomorrow at what is it? It is 10 a.m. UK time, 7 p.m. Australian time. This is the Great England versus Australia cook-off. We had a little delay. Now, Adair, who I cook off against in Australia, has a couple of things that are hindering her, shall I say. She's got some things that she's up against it. One, she's on a boat and she doesn't have an oven. So all the cook-offs have to be done on the hob. And of course, because she's on a boat, she can be susceptible to a little bit bad weather. And what happened last week was we were going to be doing these poke dishes. And her other half is a bit of a poke dish master. Now, unfortunately, because it was so rough, he was stuck on the jetty, and he couldn't get to Adair's boat, which was a real shame. And we waited an hour hoping that it would calm down, but that wasn't to be. But I'm reliably informed that it's all calmed now. There's like a mill pond off the coast of Brisbane, and so it should still be tomorrow morning. And so we'll be doing poke bowls. So that was good though, because on the plus side, I got a chance to have a little practice because I'd never heard of them before. So I've now got a couple of little plans that I can use. So that's cool. So if you like a poke bowl, tune in tomorrow, 10 a.m. Which would be a little bit early, 5 a.m. Eastern.
5 a.m. Yeah.
So, but hey, what about a poke bowl for breakfast?
The next time I disappear off screen, I'm on a mission to move the sunlight that's shining through the curtains. I've got the curtains closed. If I didn't have the curtains closed, you wouldn't see me. But I've moved it, but I haven't got rid of it. So that is actually British sunlight.
I tell you what, that's not a problem we often occur, does it? It's one of those things. It's a rare event, but my goodness, it's nice to see.
And Corinda's cooking show is at 9 p.m. in the UK tonight. That's 4 p.m. Eastern. And Corinda's cooking show, and he has a lady on there who does the chefing, and Corinda actually hosts and produces the show. So have a good show, Corinda.
Yeah, I'll try and catch that, Corinda. Sorry, I missed it last week, so I'll put that in my little book.
Right.
Do we know what she's cooking, Corinda?
True, indeed. You should bring the menu next time, Corinda, and let us know what's being cooked. And over to Corinda again. And to everybody who's watching us on Amazon Live, whether you're on Nick's page or my page, thank you very much. And our country's got weird weather. You said it, Corinda. You said it. Just from point of view knowing where we are, I'm in Wiltshire, England. Nick, you are in?
I'm in the home of the birthplace of British aviation. I'm in sunny Farnborough in Hampshire, right next to the airport where we had the first powered engine powered flight in the UK. So that's our claim to fame, and we're mighty proud of it here in Farnborough.
Indeed, and Corinda is proud of being a Londoner. So Corinda was in London, and Mr. Upton, where was Mr. That's a long time ago since John commented. I wonder whether he's still here. Mr. Upton, John, a good friend, is in the Midlands, in Solihull, not Birmingham. Don't confuse Solihull with Birmingham. It's a totally different part of the country.
It certainly is. Actually, my sister used to live in Solihull, and it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
I sort of leaf-lined avenues, the suburbs, shopping centre.
Yeah, no, it's really nice. Yeah, it's not Birmingham.
Right.
Did I buy the F1 T-shirt yet on Amazon? No, I didn't know. I haven't bought an F1 T-shirt on Amazon, Corinda. I've got to admit, it's getting a little bit more exciting these days on the F1. I have to say that's mightily pleased. I saw that tragedy. Well, it was tragic. I was so a bit off topic. I was so hoping Lando Norris would actually win his first Grand Prix yesterday. And when it started raining and he stayed out, I'm thinking, no.
Should have gone into the pits and got slicks.
Ah, man.
The saying,
But it was good. It was a good race. It's good to see some racing for once. So that's cool. And it did make me giggle because, of course, next year they're changing all the designs of the cars to make them better and make them more racy with each other. It seems this is what they do all the time. They bring in these new rules just when they've got the old rules sorted that they are now getting closer and can compete. It's like, oh well.
Yeah. But Mr. Hamilton won again.
Yes, congratulations to Sir Lewis, and it was his 100th GP win, which is amazing.
It is totally amazing, and everything seems to be going well. Just looking around, making sure everything's working, and it appears to be working, which is good news. Right, so we've had one item in the carousel for quite some time now. So I suppose, is there anything you'd like us to go to, Nick? So we'll go from HP. So you've got your portable, and that's where you start. And that portable at $554 is a great place to actually start your live video adventure. But then, in terms of camera, Nick, which one would you?
I'll go to the one that I'm currently using right now, and that is my Logitech HD Pro. Was it a C920?
Right. Okay.
That just does the job. It's it's one of those great little webcams, been around for quite a long time. Got it in the carousel for 74.75, and as you can see, it's got 1,600 5-star reviews. It does what it says on the tin. You just plug it in, and it will take great video for you. So it's an upgrade on the built-in camera that you have in your so if you looked at that HP, the laptop that we were talking about earlier, so this is like an upgrade on that built-in camera. So it's full HD. It's also got some, actually it's got some really good audio. So what I'll do is I'll quickly switch over from my Yeti to actually the HD Pro webcam C9, its own speakers, and so hopefully you can now hear the difference, because I'm now my audio is now being picked up as well as the video from the camera. So that's really nice. So even that is an upgrade, probably on if you're using your laptop for a bit more sound quality. And so that's I just love it. It's a super easy thing to use, and of course it comes along with all these Logitech devices. You can download some extra software called Logitech Capture, and that then gives you the ability to have yourself in screen. You can use a green screen more, and you can have presentations, so you can split the screen basically. So, which is really cool. Really love it. Something's just trying to connect on my. So it's always a bit of a worry when something flashes up on your screen and says trying to connect. I'm thinking I haven't touched anything. What have I touched? But no. So yeah, a Logitech camera. You've got the high definition. It's just really great, and it's something. A lot of people, I think, when they first start out, people kind of don't look at the screen. They're more looking at their display than they are the camera. So you're always looking so I'll give a demonstration. Yeah, so exactly. So you're looking at your screen, but actually you want to look at the camera. And I found particularly was that it was great because it's got these lovely little blue lights on either side of the lens, and it just draws your eye naturally to it as well. So you just chat to your camera as opposed to chatting to your screen. So which means that you can actually see our beautiful blue eyes when we're looking into the camera.
That's it. I mean, sorry, Nick, I cut you off there.
Yeah, no worries.
Right, sorry for that.
I'm not easily offended. It's okay.
Right, so Logitech Capture, as Nick said, works with any Logitech camera. Once you've bought the camera, the software is free to use, and it works on every single model. Now, Nick's just said that in order to appear natural on live video, you have to look at the camera. And I sometimes go like that, looking at the screen, but you should really look at the camera. I'm using the Logitech Brio, which is now down in my carousel. And Logitech Brio is capable of 4K and 1080p, and the resolution we're using today is 720p. And it's the top end of the Logitech camera range. And the quality you can judge somewhat today, although it's probably better if you're watching on YouTube on a broadcast where we're going out at 1080p. That's the best way to actually judge the quality of any camera. Broadcast to YouTube at 1080p and then watch the playback, and you'll see how good the quality is. And of course, the other thing is that you can actually compare cameras by watching different people's videos. And when you see a camera and you like the display and the person talking to you is actually looking at the camera, then you know that they know their craft and their word can be taken, because we all get our favorite piece of kit, and Logitech Brio is my favoritist camera. I've got a C920 attached to the machine, which is not yet got cobwebs on it, but it's a couple of months since I actually used it. But basically start with the camera that's in our laptop, and then, as Nick said, if you get a Logitech camera, it's got a built-in microphone. The microphone is better than the integrated one on the laptop because it wasn't designed. I mean, we were starting to see machines being designed specifically for broadcasters. We always had machines for gamers, haven't we?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. But I think now that there's more broadcasting being done, and again, the tech giants need, they're pretty savvy. They can spot trends, and they know, particularly since the lockdown, so lots of people jumping on Zoom calls and live streaming more and talking, that they know that there's more of a requirement for it, and so they give you those enhanced features, and none more so than, of course, on your mobile phone, on your cell phone. It's the camera on those is incredible these days, and the audio is catching up for sure.
Yeah. Just as a note, if you see on Amazon a PC which is a gamer's PC, then you can quite probably buy it, because gamers have they've got the best. I'm looking for a word. Oh, this is live. I've got to think of the word. What's the word, Nick? They
easy for you to say.
Of graphics power and processing power, and they're the ones who are actually driving this to our getting better equipment, because their needs are greater than ours, is what I was going to say. If I'd said that in the first place, I wouldn't have rambled, but if I hadn't rambled, you wouldn't know this was live. So there you are. Okay, right, so we've got a camera, and most people start with C920, and then you go, the next logical step is the one that's in the carousel at the moment, which is my carousel, C922X. I know that's a bestseller at the moment. And then on to the Brio. I was looking at my sales stats, and I've sold more C922Xs than anything else. So I include my carousel. That's one of the things about being an affiliate. You actually see what's being bought. Yeah, you don't see who buys it. That's not the point. The point is what you've sold. And if you go into your affiliate figures from your shop, then you can click the button and it will give you a list of everything that's been sold, and it actually puts them in descending order of the quantity. So you get the best selling at the top and the lowest selling at the bottom. Okay, and that's quite good to know, because it means you can adjust your carousel accordingly, because you actually know what people who watch your broadcast are buying.
That's what they got. Yeah.
So that's how the 922X got into my carousel, because my viewers are recommending it. And the best recommendation is when you buy it and you don't return it, and nobody's returned one yet.
Exactly.
Okay, right. So we're going to move on, and thank you for watching us live on Amazon. If you've got any questions about live broadcasting, then now is a good time to ask them, because we're in a position to answer. If you do want to watch more of Nick and I, and we're glad if you do, then press the follow button, which is underneath the video, and you just get notified of our future broadcasts. That's it. There's no marketing involved. You just get a notification that we're not here. We're not collecting names. Unless you actually comment, we don't know who you are. It has to be said. Okay. We're just glad that you're watching.
Yeah. So if you are watching in Amazon land, please do drop us a comment and let us know where you're watching from, which would be cool.
That's true. I mean, we've said where we're from.
Yeah, exactly. How far has our Amazon net been cast? There you go. That's interesting.
Yeah. Well, it'd be interesting to see which states we're actually reaching, and further than that, which countries we're reaching as well.
Yeah.
So if you want to say hello, just say hello. We're two friendly guys from across the Atlantic, and we just want to share our love of live video with you. Which brings us on to green screens, I think.
I just got attacked by my green screen.
Highlight of my green screen. In the carousel down below, mine is the Fobitech reversible, blue on one side, green on another. If you're going to have background removal software, which we don't have with us today, so we're not going to magically change our screens. That will be later in the week, probably. Basically, you do need this.
You do.
Well, I'm going to speak personally, and then Nick will give his thoughts as well.
For sure.
If you have background removal software, and I normally use XSplit VCam, then the software alone is not good enough. In order for background removal software to work, you need a green screen. Now, a green screen can just be a green cloth hung over a pole. That's good enough. Okay, I only take first though. Or you can buy the Povitech, which is the stand and got a stand with it, and then it's transportable. You squish it together. You can carry it around the house with you. You can take it out and about. It's got its own beautiful carrying case, and you can set up shop anywhere to actually do live video. But I've seen software that says you don't need a green screen. You do. If you don't have a green screen, what you have will amaze your friends, but it won't be perfect. You'll have less than 10 fingers, okay? And you'll have a halo and a white line all down there if you don't use a green screen. All I'm saying. Nick?
I totally agree. I echo those sentiments. And actually, what I would say is that I don't often use any background, any different background from obviously my green screen that I have here when I'm live streaming, because a lot of them, they're not perfect, and and if I'm recording, then I can drop the background in after the event anyway because I've got the green screen here. But I don't know whether you've noticed it recently, Stephen, but I will give them a big shout out. Obviously, my favorite live streaming third-party software is Be.Live, without question. But I have to say, Melon app at the moment, their green screen is just spectacular. I actually used it a couple of times last week just to record video that when I didn't have to then in the editing software take the green screen out. It was that good, seriously good.
Brilliant. Okay, so kudos to Melon then.
Yeah,
which brings us to our list of broadcasting software quite neatly. We are broadcasting from the Be.Live studio today, and Nick, you just mentioned Melon, so that's that Melon. We've actually talked about Melon.
Yeah, it's from Streamlabs. So again, these guys are big in the gaming side, and they've come in and they've made this very, very intuitive. You can go live with 5 clicks basically. And again, it's got all the things that you can stream to Facebook and YouTube and LinkedIn and Twitch, funny enough. But also it has this RTMP, which means you can then send your stream elsewhere. As we said earlier, it's got a little bit of a problem with Amazon, but hey, that's just life. We keep mentioning it. I'm sure they'll fix something up. But it's got some great little features, and this thing, all the different platforms all have their own little features which are lovely. I mean, there's some great overlays that come with Melon, some really great little video backgrounds, and they're just really, I don't know, it just really is like an intuitive, simple thing to use to go live. The scheduling's super simple, and there's not a lot not to love. I'd say it runs my favorite Be.Live close, but there's little things on Be.Live that no one else has that I absolutely adore, not least the ability to drop links in the comments and have the selling part.
Well, that's true. I mean, the selling part is so simple to use. You just give Be.Live title, description, picture, and the link. And when you're broadcasting on Facebook, you're broadcasting on a page, every time you share the image on screen, the link is posted in the comments. So it's the easiest way to sell whilst you're live that there's ever been. And it's part of the studio. The thing that I like about Be.Live as well is the fact that we can play YouTube videos native. We don't actually have to load the videos into the studio. We can just put the YouTube link and we can play a video. and that to me is priceless. And just to give you an idea, I'm just going to try and find. All right, okay. I'm going to.
Can I just explain a little bit further? And that means, so this is the thing. You don't have to go start the video in YouTube. You can start it directly from your studio in Be.Live. So there's no messing about going somewhere else to start something and then coming back. It is just genius.
Okay, so I'm going to bring the video up on screen to join us. So then there are 4 of us, and the video is there. And I'm going to put the video full screen. We're going to play just a couple of minutes of this. Now, this, to give you the background to this, at weekends, I'm not on desktop video like I am now. I go out and about. And whilst I'm out and about, I use my mobile phone and the gimbal that's in the carousel to actually shoot video. So that's the background to it. We are at Laycock Abbey, which is the home of photography. Ooh. The first ever photograph in the world was taken and developed at Laycock Abbey. So let's put that full screen. I'm going to switch Nick's microphone off, mine, and press play. So this video is mine. Let's come walk in the sun, shall we? As I say, out broadcasting, I try not to photograph people. I try to photograph the sun. This is Ha-Ha. And I don't know the derivation of the name, but we've got one. I showed you one in Devizes Park, and basically it's a ditch with a mound behind it and a wall, and all that was done when the Abbey was created. Okay, so let's go over here and get another shot of the Abbey, and it is a hot day today. Okay, and there's the main entrance. Was presumably that was the main entrance of the Abbey. So if we just scan along. Okay, now I'm live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and my websites. Obviously, I'm the one who's actually carrying the camera at the moment. So if I cannot see your comments at the moment, I'm going through here. Okay, and I've got a trail that goes around the back. And this is a venerable old tree, isn't it? Just look at, I mean, the actual branches. Wow. It's incredible what you find. And as I said, this is surrounded by farmland. Now, there's nothing grazing at the moment. But if we go over here and out of this secret, okay, we can come and get another view of the Abbey itself. Now, the ground floor of the Abbey, I'll just come around a bit. Okay, the ground floor of the Abbey was built in 1332. Right, okay, so I'm going to take the video off screen and come back to Nick and I. Okay, and we're back. Although there have been alterations in the meantime. Hello everybody, I've got 10 fingers. I've switched off XSplit Presenter because I think I was a little bit fuzzy, but time will tell. Right, okay, so that's one of the things about Be.Live. That video is actually on YouTube. It's about 25 minutes long. You can go to YouTube, type in my name, Stephen Healey, and you'll find the video, all the video. But we're only, because we're on Amazon Live today, we would love to show you the full 20 minutes, but we can't, so we won't. And we just want to carry on broadcasting. So that's basically Be.Live. StreamYard, I mean, the most famous thing about StreamYard is that they started after Be.Live. It's 10 people on screen. It is screen share. You can upload video. You've got overlays and everything. And they were sold to Hopin for 250 million. So now it's Hopin StreamYard, not just StreamYard. I need to change that.
Ah.
I read a review. It said the 21 best systems to broadcast on in 2021, and StreamYard was there, and it said Hopin. StreamYard was developed by Hopin. I thought, not quite correct, sir. But I didn't want to correct them, so I let them get away with it. But StreamYard, extremely reliable system, well respected. And Melon, Nick.
Yeah, Melon, as I say, one of my favorites as well. And as I said earlier, the quality of the online green screen. If you've got a green screen behind you, it is absolutely amazing. And the nice thing, I think another thing I like about Melon is actually you can just with your mouse or with your keypad, you can just move. So so in Be.Live, we have a set thing, so Stephen can change the order of the little frames. Where I am, where Stephen is, where the broadcasting systems are, like exactly like that, perfect. And in Melon, I could just go in, and I could just drag and drop the screens around, so you've got full control. So if more people join in, and off the top of my head, I can't remember how many people can join in now. I think it was 6. I think it might be more now. But as they come in with the screen, or you're sharing a screen, you can move it around. And it was one of the things when we were playing with it back in March. Gosh, all those months ago when we had the live stream production demos, that just had me giggling and entertained for so long. It's the little things that just please me. And as I said, and their big claim is 5 clicks and you're live. That is and that is fast. That's good going.
Yes. Just going back to the March when we were on different systems every day. We went live on Be.Live, StreamYard, Restream, Melon, and OBS over the course of 5 days, 10 a.m. Eastern every day. And there's a team of 10 of us, and incredibly, Nick, 6 of the 10 are on Amazon Live. Wow. Now that's a high percentage, isn't it? And absolutely. it says something to the quality of the programs we've been putting out, which led me to an idea. And ideas all start, should we do this? So I'm going to run this by you. Because we have so many Amazon Live streamers, should we do an Amazon Live week?
Oh, I think that's a brilliant idea. Absolutely. I think that would be absolutely amazing idea. I love that.
So you choose the system you want to go live on. You go live to Amazon Live. You decide who your guests are going to be, what your topic's going to be, and you just go live on Amazon Live. And that gives us good practice for. Is it Black Friday? That's there they have all the sales.
Or Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and then Twinkle Toes Tuesday, or whatever they're calling it this year. I can't remember.
Right.
But yeah, although that's the thing, that is rapidly approaching. So, if you want to, if you're watching anywhere on any of our platforms, or if you're watching on Amazon, and if you've got products, or books, then being part of this live stream influencer community is a must, because the whole reason that we go live is, we want to find audiences that we can chat to and interact with and have fun with and network with. So that's one of the nicest things about Amazon is that they actively promote our live streams, because obviously they want to sell more product and they want people to be able to explain products. So it's a bit like a QVC shopping channel where we're talking about the pieces of kit that we use all the time. So because we use them all the time, we know exactly what they're like. We can say exactly how good they are. And obviously, when we're saying, oh, I'm actually using, as an example, the C920 Logitech webcam, then you can see what that's like on the screen. You can make your own mind up as well. So, and you could hear when I switched the audio, the difference in the audio between the Yeti and the camera. So yeah, it's one of those things. If you've got products, then you want to start live streaming on Amazon. So if I can have a shameless plug, Stephen, then I've now got
Sorry, you're quite right to plug that, Nick. Quite right, because basically, if you've got a following on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, then you could qualify to be an Amazon Live influencer. And just to blow my own trumpet for a moment, you'll find if you search for the joy of Amazon Live, you'll find a blog post that I wrote when my journey began 2 months ago. I'm really enjoying going live on Amazon, and the joy of Amazon Live is a blog post that you can actually read and find out how you too can broadcast on Amazon Live. And you've got to be an influencer first, and we don't know the precise criteria. We've got a good idea. You've got to have a good following somewhere, and to go live, well, you've got to have been live before. So you've got to be a live broadcaster. There's got to be a back catalogue that people can actually look at. So just bear that in mind. But the joy of Amazon Live is something you can check out. And just having had the thought about doing an Amazon Live week, there are, as I say, out of 10 people, 6 of us actually broadcast Amazon Live. So there will be, I'm pretty sure there will be an Amazon Live week. But the reason that you can't see the sun is the sun's gone in the UK, and I've actually switched over to, if this works, I've actually switched over now, and this is my background removal tool, and I can now do this. So I'm happy now because I can go to my favorite background. Okay, and the thing about a background, it's like music. Just as playing music can change your mood, the background you use when you live broadcast can change people's mood too. And it does allow you to actually, well, I can do many things, and one of which is this. Whilst I'm live, I can make myself bigger and bigger and bigger until I get too big. I want to see, ideally in broadcasting, irrespective of the camera you've got, and we'll check this in a moment. If there are 2 people on screen, you want people to be the same size. We take great care, and the software houses take great care to make sure the volume is equal. Yeah, so the sound is always synchronized at a certain volume level. But cameras is up to us. How we adjust our camera is up to us. Now, if I was going to broadcast solo, I would be front and center stage, not that big. Won't shrink again. Oh, help, 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 help. Now, our friend Lottie says you must have a gap at the top of the screen. Okay, so thank you, Lottie. You must look at the camera. Okay. But you also, if there's 2 people on screen, you must, in addition to looking at the camera, it's not as crucial when there are 2 or 3 or 4 of you on screen as it is when it's just you. When it's just you, you must look at the camera. And we weren't born to stream live. I'm going to say this, we were not born to stream live. Live streaming's been with us for mere mortals like us for the last 6 years or so. It's a learned skill, and you can learn how to do this. You can learn how to look at the camera. You can learn how to project your voice. You can learn how to not sound monotonous so that people just walk off and do something else. You've got to put some passion when you actually go live. Okay, I get off my soapbox, but I'm going to leave that open because I'm bringing Nick back now. And you'll notice when Nick does come back, and we're both back now.
I'm back.
And I'm going to hide that card and go side by side. You'll notice that it's not right. It doesn't look right. At first glance, it's fine. But what I need to do, and I just need to go like this. Okay. And now we're a similar size. And I am happy. And it looks better. It's the little things. You don't think you see a broadcast and somebody is sat like that in front of the camera, and somebody else is sat like that in front of the camera, and side by side it just doesn't look right. But that's purely my personal thing. But yeah, okay, just bring the card back for a moment because we know you're dying to know about OBS Ninja and Apps TV. The thing about those 2 systems is that they are totally free, and you can use both OBS Ninja and Apps TV to go live on Amazon Live, and you can use them to go to Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. OBS is OBS, which has been around since forever. And OBS Ninja was designed in March 2020 by Steve Seguin in Canada. Steve works for Stage 10, who are another broadcasting software company who I missed off the list. And OBS Ninja is the ability to go live up to 6 people on screen for free. No need for Skype, no need for any of that rigmarole. You just go into an OBS Ninja room, put the room onto OBS, job done. Everybody's sound is equalized, everybody can share screen. It just works out the box. It's now getting on for 18 months old. And the other one is HAPS TV. And remember to pronounce your H's. I sometimes forget. I sometimes drop my H's, Nick. It's probably because I'm from Lancashire. HAPS.TV. HAPS. Thank you, Nick. HAPS.TV started off as a broadcasting system for journalists and has since blossomed out from there, and it's now available to everybody. Corinda, who I'm not sure whether Corinda's still watching, but Corinda broadcasts on Apps TV. But in actual fact, that's not true. Corinda broadcasts everywhere. Corinda broadcasts on Be.Live, StreamYard, Restream.io, Melon, OBS Ninja, and Apps TV. Probably not OBS Ninja. It's probably been on OBS though. Okay,
I'm sure he has done. But he was a big champion of HAPS.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, Eileen Smith, famous YouTube person and good friend, is on HAPS TV, which is a good recommendation for it, because anywhere Eileen goes is a good place to be. Okay, so back to the two of us, and we are, no, not that way. I better go that way. I want to go that way. All right, okay.
That's the one.
So even though I can't move it around the screen, I can actually change up the presentation. Okay, so if you are watching this live on Amazon Live, I want to say thank you very much. And down in the carousel, both Nick and I have got roughly about 40 items. We can't possibly, in one broadcast, cover all 40 items. So if you want to scroll on the bottom, if you've got any questions about something that's in the carousel, then please do ask. We'll try and answer it. I'll give you this, that we only put things in the carousel we know something about.
Yeah.
Okay. We don't know everything, but we know people who do. So we know something about everything that's in the carousel, and a lot of the products we actually use on a regular basis. Okay. Where would like to go now, Nick?
Well,
Nick, whilst Nick's thinking, I just want to reiterate that we're actually going on OneStream Live today. That if you've got a Logitech camera, you should go to the Logitech site and get Logitech Capture. And this show is all about back to basics. And we earlier picked out in the carousel, it's the last item in the carousel, an HP laptop for $525, which is where you can actually start your broadcast from. I just want to say officially, we're not. No, I'm not saying that. That's too early. It's too early.
Don't go.
Don't go. That's one we've got ready for later. Honest. That's not for now. It's not for now. My mistake. It just shows that we actually prepare this show. I know that this show sort of flows from topic to topic. That's a function of the fact that Nick and I are good friends, and it's also a function of the fact that we broadcast together since forever. Really, it seems long. And we can flick from topic to topic. And earlier today, you actually saw XSplit Presenter. If you go to the XSplit site, type in XSplit Presenter, and that's a great way. I've decided now, XSplit Presenter is the best way to present if you're on a solo broadcast. Yeah. As soon as you get on to 2 people, 3 people, or 4 people on screen, it's not the best way to do it, which is why I switched over to my current camera. And XSplit Presenter is having a good rest. I will use it when I go solo, but it's not quite on the money when we actually have a more than one person broadcast. Okay.
And am I right in thinking that it's also Windows only?
It is. That's a good question. I should come back with the answer to that next week. I'm pretty sure XSplit, I think, are a Windows software house, because VCam is out Windows only. XSplit VCam, the background removal tool, which I am demonstrating now. To answer your question, which you've not asked yet, what does a background removal tool do? It does this. This is my original background. It then removes the background so that I'm going to get a warning, but a warning I can just click on. This is me without the green screen. You can't see it anymore, but I can put my hands and you can see 10 fingers and I can go like that. And apart from my hair blowing slightly in the breeze, which is unavoidable, everything works perfectly. And this is my acid test, by the way, of a green screen, to be able to move your fingers about. If you're going to use a green screen, then you really do have to learn the art of playing statues. In other words, you've got to be able to not move about. Don't move about in your chair. Just sit still. That works best because the software doesn't have to work as hard. Now, having removed the background, you can then put any background you like in there at the click of a button. That worked well, didn't it? Okay, yes, so there we are. Where am I today, Nick?
Oh, is that Bristol, perchance?
That's Bristol.
That the Clifton suspension bridge.
It's the Clifton suspension bridge in Bristol, started by Isambard Kingdom Brunel, designed by him, but the design was changed. Right, this is, yeah.
We digress.
Yeah, we do digress. Isambard Kingdom Brunel built the railway between Bristol and London. Yeah, that's major claim to fame. He did other railways as well. He started the suspension bridge, but I stand to be correct on this, but I don't think he had the chance to complete it. It was completed after he died by other engineers who said this is too good an opportunity and we'll just tweak it a little bit and we'll get that bridge there. And this bridge actually passes over the motorway, and it is a sight to behold, suspended in midair, because that's why it's called suspension bridge.
Yeah. No,
it doesn't not struts. Yeah, it just appears in the sky as you're driving along the road. Okay.
It is so impressive. I've not seen it for a good many years, but probably about 20 years since I've been down Bristol way. But no, it's quite an amazing bridge. Absolutely, it's one of the most iconic, I would suggest, in the UK. Well, it must be because I actually recognised it. So.
One photograph, and you knew exactly where we were.
Exactly. The power of a photo, and that's it. And normally London bridges, I'm okay. Anywhere outside of London, I struggle. But Bristol, yeah, iconic. So that's
got it in one.
And maybe
where we're going. Where we're going.
Now, a couple of weeks ago, Stephen, you talked about having a rock solid tripod. For your phone, particularly if you're doing stuff. And I thought to myself, yeah, and it's it's not the exact one in the carousel because but it's Velbon. Velbon tripods are absolutely probably the most rock solid tripods you're ever going to get. Now, they are meaty, and if you're going to if you're making a video, and if you're live streaming, you don't want things blowing about or wavering, and so these are, like you can see it is, and you can hear it is.
I can hear it, Nick.
And it's like extendable, and they can go way over 6 feet, and they've got all the bits you need on it. You've got a great little. Where's my camera gone? There you go. So that little bit there, that's a little spirit level, so you can make sure you're set and all good that way. And they're just, so I've had this one for a good 5 or 6 years, and it's traveled with me many times to many places, been thrown about in the car, out the car, but it is as solid as it's ever been. You can get all sorts of angles, and you just tighten it up and it just won't move. So unfortunately, they are quite chunky, as I've been saying, but then chunky is what we wanted. So it's not the most ideal one for my cooking show when I've just got my phone camera that I'm using. And it just won't, it's a bit too big to sit on my kitchen top, and but it's too far away to actually just be up in the kitchen. But if you're looking at at a tripod, whether it's for camera work, video work, these things are absolutely brilliant. I would recommend them to anybody. And again, you do get what you pay for. The one in the carousel is one of the more recent ones, and it's like $120. But you won't need another one. That's the thing. You know, you pretty much can't break them. And trust me, I've tried. The number of times this little winder has been yanked, tweaked, pulled, and it's still perfect. It's still exactly as it is. So there you go. I would thoroughly recommend Velbon as a brand. And if they want to send me one, then feel free. But that's the thing. If you're broadcasting and if you're outside, then that's just going to sit there, won't get affected by wind. You'll better do your live broadcast outside perfectly happily, and it's just not going to fall over. So yeah, that is it. It's in the carousel. Go check it out. There's a whole raft of different versions, but yeah, if you want a nice rock solid one, and it's a universal mount as well. So you could just you screw in a camera, you screw in a video, and it just clips in really nicely. In fact, I can't show you it clipping in because the mount is screwed into the bottom of my camera at the moment, which isn't within easy reach. But I'm now trying to push it down, and it's like it is so solid. It's so solid. I'm like pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing, but it's not going anywhere. But you can it's all the angles. You can have it any way you like. So there you go. That's your Velbon. So, and just go check it out, which is nice.
Right. Well, I'm still in Bristol. Yeah, that was certainly a solid piece of kit, is what I wanted to say.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
It is.
Okay. Right. Now to something which is totally different and totally lightweight. And just by coincidence, it actually matches my t-shirt.
Oh, I like them.
That's pretty close, isn't it? Okay, let's take off the back to the normal so you can actually see these. Okay, these are earbuds, but these are not your ordinary earbuds. These are Aftershocks earbuds, and you can see them down in my carousel at the moment. Now, the beauty of these is that they don't fit inside your ear. They're not loose, they're over your ear, and they're bone conducting headphones, and the sound quality is absolutely brilliant. And it means that whilst you're, well, I could go on and on. Now I'm going to stop. I'm going to show you a video. So I'm going to bring up the video on screen, and I'm going to put the video full screen, if I can find the right button. And the problem when we're actually talking about product is that whilst we're broadcasting, we can tell you the main features of any given product that's either in Nick's carousel or my carousel. There are occasions, though, when you want to go a bit deeper and you want to not miss anything. So this is my short video about Aftershocks. Aftershocks Trex titanium headphones are lightweight and very, very effective because they go over, they're open ear, they go over the ear, and that means that whilst you're wearing them, you can hear what's going on. If you've got somebody to the side of you, behind you, you can actually hear what's going on. You can hear the traffic, you can hear all the noises around you, but you can concentrate on the music or the podcast that you're actually playing. Now, they last 6 hours on a 1.5 hour battery charge. You can make and receive phone calls. They are practical. They're coated, so they are rainproof and sweatproof. I use them daily, and they're just good sound and quite probably the best headphones that I've actually tried, because I've tried many over the years, wired. These are Bluetooth, but wired, unwired, and these are the best that I've actually found because they are so simple. easily rechargeable. They pair on Bluetooth, simple and straightforward. Making phone calls is straightforward. You can voice dial. Receiving calls you can do with one button. So if you're looking for a pair of headphones and you do go out and about and you go walking, jogging, running or cycling, then these are the headphones that you should actually consider, because they are so well crafted and practical and good quality. Thank you for listening. Thank you, Nick. This is a major benefit of actually broadcasting with somebody who knows your faults. My fault is at the end of the video, I forget to unmute. And twice on Amazon Live now, I've been playing a video and forgotten to unmute. And Amazon quite rightly has said you're having technical difficulties. Well, that's not strictly true. The difficulty was me. And the video stops. So that's made the video continue. We're still broadcasting. That's the good point. So I'm going to take these off. Just as a note, that video was actually made with XSplit Presenter. And basically, you could have the two cameras, which is what I had. I had this camera and, wait for it, this camera. Okay. So these, I'm still live. Okay. But I don't know which camera to look at now. And you can tell it's a bit hazy in here today.
Well, we've got a bit of an echo now, Stephen. You've got both cameras on.
Right. Okay. And this is all about teamwork. Right. Okay. Apologies for the echo. Right. We're perfect now. My softbox, one of my softboxes, is actually shining on the camera, which is why the picture's not as good as it should be. If I switch my light off, I'm just going to show you here. This is a practical demonstration of the importance of lighting your studio. Okay. Without lights, it's not quite as good as when you have lights. I'm going to switch the light back on so you can actually see the difference. The second camera, bottom right-hand camera, has improved, but now it's gone back because, yeah, okay. Just a point, that was made with XSplit Presenter. XSplit Presenter is currently in beta. You can apply for it on the XSplit site. One of me is sufficient, I think, so I'm going to hide one of me and come back to us. Okay. There we are. Little adventure. So Aftershocks I recommend, and it is a product that I actually use every day.
They do look amazing, and I have to say, Stephen, while you were doing that, while you were playing your great little advert for them, that allowed me to actually click on that page as well. I've got it in my carousel as well, and this is a thing we're talking about. Why people that have their own products should also, if they can, be Amazon live stream influencers, is because while Stephen was playing and talking about his Aftershock headphones, then that video was appearing on the page, on that product's page. So
Wow.
That's the power of being able to live stream and having things in your carousel. So that was great, and I took a little cheeky little screenshot, Stephen, just to double check. And it's great. So we've talked about audio, and one of the things that we often say is that people will forgive bad video if you've got good audio. And so so the next one, I thought, if you don't mind, Stephen, is I thought we haven't actually covered our lovely audio devices as yet, and I always like to give mine a little shout out. And so this, ladies and gentlemen, is my favorite microphone of all time. It is the Blue Yeti. It is not only the most aesthetically pleasing microphone in the world by far, it also does an absolutely amazing job. It is multi-directional, so as you can see, try not to get too much shine on it so you can see the dials. So you've got multi-directional abilities there. You've got gain and loss up there, so you can change that around. So this is great. You can have it for in a studio to pick up music. It's great to have in picking up two voices if you're interviewing, or just one directional. So I have it as one directional for me, so that it's just picking up me, and it should won't remove, but it'll cut back on a lot of the background noise, so which is really cool. It also has an amazing little mute button there, so be very careful, because the times I've actually pressed that mute button not realizing I've pressed it. And then you've got a volume control as well, and a little bit like the tripod I was talking about earlier, it's rock solid. It comes on a lovely stand as well. It's not going anywhere, and it just plugs into your computer. You just plug it in the back. It's a USB connection, and that is all you need to do. Your computer will then find it as if by magic, and then you've got one of the best microphones known to man. Well, known to me for sure. And it's like all these things, when you see what other people are using, and then just ask what they used. And then I did that. This was because my first video guru, a lovely guy, Ben Brophy, an amazing man, first taught me all about video, not live video, but actually just video creation. And he said to me, he said, Nick, he said, if you want to upgrade your microphone, he said, go for a Blue Yeti. That'll last you for years. It will keep you out of all sorts of trouble. Get some great audio, especially if you want to do some podcasting as well, which is all good. Then that's a Blue Yeti, and obviously it comes with a little fluffy little cover as well, just to keep it nice and sweet. Keep the dust off it, and keep even if you don't think you spit, there's always a little bit of spit that comes out of your mouth. So, really. Yeah, well, kid you not.
Yeah, really. Yeah, I mean that's why a spit guard is a good idea to use, and you'll find the Blue Yeti down in my carousel as well. And today it's 23% off at $99.99.
Hey, nice.
Yeah. Okay, and that's as Nick has been using the Blue Yeti throughout this broadcast. You know what it sounds like. You also know what my microphone sounds like, and that is going to be in the carousel as a featured item when I find it. So just give me a second. I mean, this is the thing about there should be an index to this, so that you can actually.
They can be a little bit random, can't they?
They can. So the microphone that I'm using is the Audio Technica, and again, as Nick said, his microphone is recommended to him. My microphone is recommended to me. That's the best way to do these things. It is subjective. It's a question of what you hear. We all hear different things. Okay, so the tenor and the timbre and the sort of, well, every microphone is different. And every microphone, the external microphone that you buy is an improvement on your internal microphone. In addition to that, you don't have to go to Blue Yeti, you don't have to go to the Audio Technica. If you're just starting out, you can go to the lapel microphone. There's one down in the carousel. The lapel microphone clips onto your clothing, plugs in, that's it, and you get a deeper, richer sound than you'll get from your PC or Mac. So if you are just sort of dipping a toe in the water, do try a lapel microphone, about $35, and it will change the way that you actually sound, which is important, because if you don't sound good, people will not stay listening to you. Okay, and we know this to be true. So that's why we take great care to have good microphones in our broadcasts, also to check them every week to make sure that they're working properly with the studio that we're actually working in. Okay, and that's the other thing. If you use several different studios, and Nick and I use Be.Live today, we use Melon. When Nick uses Melon, we use Restream.io. Nick and I are together every Wednesday at 12 p.m. Eastern on Restream.io with 8 of our friends, and that was 5. I need another 3 from 8. Okay, which bridge is this, Nick?
Oh, that is Tower Bridge. That is probably my all-time favorite bridge. I actually used to work just across the road, just in Tooley Street, just off Tooley Street, and it was I used to walk across that bridge pretty much every day. So marvelous bridge. And also in fact I like that bridge so much, I even did the touristy thing of actually going and visiting the bridge, seeing all the insides and how it all works, and went across the top of the bridge where you can have you can actually hold events and
Ducks.
There. It's amazing.
You went across the top of the bridge.
I went across the top of the bridge. Yeah, absolutely. Wow. It's amazing. And the thing was, it was when it was built, I can't think of the actual year, but the mechanism hasn't changed. It is the same mechanism that was first in there, and it's an incredible piece of engineering, really is. And if you ever get a chance, if you're ever visiting the UK, go and check that out. It often gets called London Bridge, but London Bridge is the next bridge along, and that's not even the old London Bridge, because that got sold and I believe is now in Arizona somewhere. So it's the 1970s London Bridge that is the next bridge along. And yeah, it's just an iconic bridge. And when I've been across it, I've been under it on a boat as well. It's amazing. And it's, it symbolizes London to me. I know you're in London.
And it's got to be part of any trip to London to actually walk the bridges. And this is where the London Marathon takes place as well. Anybody who's joined us now is going to wonder why I'm sat so low down in my seat. It's because Nick has walked across the top of that bridge, and I just wanted to show the bridge, which is another use of green screens. You see, we're able to tell a story there. I think we're able to tell a story. Okay. Right, so we've got the microphones in, we've done the green screens, we've done the cameras. Shall we sort of close off today's show by looking at the book? Choose a book, Nick.
I'll go.
Live streaming, or
go for it. Go for Lottie's live streaming one.
Lottie's. All right. Okay. We're both scrolling across our separate carousels until we see an orange cover. That's always noticeable, isn't it? Okay.
It is. And this is our. So we could do both books actually, but yeah, this is our friend Lottie, and she's amazing. She's been a kids TV star. Is that the right word?
Yeah.
For many years. Gosh, was it in Singapore?
It was 92. 92.
I'm trying to think now.
1992. Yeah.
And it's amazing. And what Lottie doesn't know about having confidence on camera isn't worth knowing. So it's if you get a chance, just do. I'd say if you were going to start, and as we started this live stream earlier, we were talking about what would you do if you were starting from scratch. Apart from the laptop and everything else, I would get this book, because it's having confidence in front of the camera is a learned skill. Like all these things, it's a learned skill, and that is just like a great instruction manual. So like the 7 steps to present your power, and it's just communication is huge, and it's confidence, credibility, charisma. It's all covered in Lottie's book, and so it's well worth having on the carousel. I believe Kindle was $6.99 or $15.53. That is still a snip. I'm old school. I really like paper books. So things that you can. I was going to say things that you can read in bed. I've not read a book in bed for a long, long time, I'll be honest. But like on holiday I used to read a lot on planes. I just love the feel of a book, and Lottie's book. Well worth it. You couldn't get a better book about how to develop confidence on camera and how to get your message across. I mean, Stephen, you've read it as well, I know, many times, probably.
Yep.
Referring.
Yeah. It's Lottie's book is on my bookshelf. I dip into it occasionally. It's what changed my the biggest thing about broadcasting live is your outlook and how you feel about being on camera. And Lottie covers that and takes you from not having appeared on camera anywhere to being confident on camera. And it is a progressive book, so you can dip into the book, you can learn lessons from it. And also, we decided earlier in this broadcast, if you didn't see it, we do, the team of us called Live Video Production Weekly. Live Video Production Weekly is not just Nick and I.
No.
We are no. We've got 8 co-hosts from around the globe, from South Africa, from Portugal, from Canada, from America, and from England, and from Ireland. And Lottie is from Ireland, Joe's from Ireland. And Live Video Production Weekly goes out Monday through Fridays, 3 or 4 times a year. And we're talking about doing live video production live Monday to Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern for 5 days. Different Amazon Live presenter every day, because there are 6 out of 10 of us are Amazon Live presenters. So we're going to have to toss a coin, Nick. 2 people have to appear together. That's all there is to it. But Amazon, Live Video Production Weekly on Amazon is going to be a thing. You heard it first here. We're going to talk to our team afterwards and get things organized, and you'll be able to go and watch 5 different shows over 5 different days with 5 different hosts, all of whom are at the top of their game, and all of whom will have their own carousels and their own products, their own cameras, their own microphones, their own green screens. So it promises to be a very interesting week. And just to echo about Lottie is the most generous, kind, and the thing that Lottie can do is she listens, and that's a very important skill to have. I just like to thank everybody on Amazon Live for listening today, and hand over to Nick, because we have a routine. I intro the show and the outro is all to Nick.
Oh, thank you, Stephen, and thank you everyone for watching, whether you've been watching on Amazon Live, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter or Twitch. It's been fantastic. But do come over, do follow us, and then you'll get notification of when we go live again. But we are here every Monday for sure at 10 a.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. in the UK. So until, and we'll probably see you before then, but until next Monday, have a safe week and take care of yourselves and stay lucky. Take care, guys. Have a great week.
Brilliant. And I can't get that bit to work. The scene behind me is the cloisters at Salisbury Cathedral. Bye, everybody. Take care.